don't think I'm going to put bark busters or hand guards on this, but maybe after this cold ride I'll change my mind. But again, on these little back roads, this bike comfortably goes 45-50 miles an hour, and on Livewire's Scrambler 900, that's a good pace through here. What I do like about the smaller wheels, that's a funky looking car. What I do like about the small wheels and the small stature of this bike, yeah, it's about 15 degrees cooler in these woods. Anyway, what I do like about these small wheels and the smaller stature of this bike is how much more of the lane I can use. It's a wide, forgiving lane. If there's imperfections, if there's a turn or a curve, I do have a lot more space, or I feel like I have a lot more space to use in the lane. 50 miles an hour, you feel like you're fucking flying. You're fucking flying. Ooh, there's a little bit of grease on the roads here. This is where it was flooded last time. They didn't put their flood signs out. They usually have a sign telling you about the flood, but they put their signs away. So we just have to be aware there's going to be some floods. Well, I should say that I had about 3/4 of a tank, or just above half a tank on the bike, and it took me £3 to fill the rest of the way. If I have time for a short ride for about an hour and a bit, this is usually my go-to road. And I wonder if this is the case with a lot of motorcyclists. I wonder if I found a good road and I like it and that's why I return to it, or if I'm being lazy. Should I be finding other roads or better roads or different roads? And if I go out for a short ride and I end up finding a road that's not as good or not as fun, with the hope that I find one as good or more fun, if that's a better use of my time. I think when I go riding with other people, especially if they haven't been on these fun roads, I like bringing them to them and introducing them to these roads, but I don't know if I'm being lazy. And I wonder if that's the case for other riders, if they're lazy and they just do the same runs over and over again, and if it's inherently boring and I should be more adventurous with my exploration. But I'm on this road again. This guy is... That's nice of him. What we'll do is we'll go out that way and we'll do a couple of rings down the little bit of roads, and then we'll head further up. But this is a good stop. Yeah. They usually have a fire burning, so I like it here. The houses leading up to the Blackwood Arms are absolutely picturesque, and the fact that we're 15 minutes from central London is wonderful, because you can get to the English countryside relatively quickly. I mean, the fact that as we were approaching the pub there was a tractor pulling hay bales, that's pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong, it seems like a rural lifestyle out here, but these houses go for millions, so there's no savings to being outside of London to this rural setting. I don't know if you saw the video of me first getting the CT125 and going down the Broadway and across that field like a shit-eating asshole. This is that field. So there's a path down there that goes to the highway, and then there's a path right across the field to another path in the woods that goes down the highway. And I was at that little thing going, should I? Yeah. Shouldn't I? And like, oh, let's do it. And I was, ah! I think you might have been the one that told me, no, you can't do that. Yeah, but yeah. But on a CT125, it's really a bicycle. That's the field. That was my first shit-eating grin run across the field on the CT. If I didn't have slick tires, I'd be tempted to take it on this. am happy to report, although I haven't inspected my backpack or the back of my helmet or jacket, that I don't feel any water trickling down my collar. So there's a win so far in that respect. In searching eBay for replacement parts of the rear fender, I did find that there is some sort of piece of plastic that they sell for the Grom. I think for the narrowest bit, right as it comes off onto the taillight, I think some moisture or grime might make its way on either side of that narrow bit. And I think some people have made kind of a wider plate that screws onto the fender. We'll have to see if I'm experiencing anything from that. Fucking road snakes. I do say I like the little wheels, but the little wheels are more susceptible to these road snakes than a bigger wheel. This little road is fun, but it's just an out and back, so hopefully Livewire won't be disappointed when I tell them we gotta do a U-ey. But I do like these gnarled trees and these curves. Is this good? Are you enjoying this? Okay. There's a nice back run here. We just gotta be careful because through the winter you get some real deep kettle potholes.
I'm okay, I'm on a scrambler. You, on the other hand, could fall down.
Well, I could fall into it,
yeah,
but it'll be the perfect size for your wheel. I'll just disappear into it, but your wheel will get fucked. I was hearing some squeaking, and I thought it might have been one of my brake rotors or something in the steering. And I'm happy to say that it's not my bike. The squeaking is coming from Livewire's bike, so we'll let him be concerned with that, and I'll listen for upsetting noises on my own machine. Anyway, I don't know if my camera cut out earlier, but I was saying that I was wondering if returning to familiar roads that I've discovered and enjoy, is somehow surrendering to laziness, and that, you know, perhaps it's boring, or perhaps it's laziness on my part in returning to roads that I'm familiar with. Maybe they're too familiar, maybe it's too routine and it's not fun. But now that I'm on this road, and it might be that it's been infrequent, but now that I'm on this road, I've made a determination that I don't think it's a bad thing to return to familiar roads. I think if it becomes routine, that might be a bad thing, but familiarity in itself isn't a negative quality when motorcycling.
If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.